On this week's Most Craved.
It's the Oscars 2016.
Who are you wearing? And why are you wearing people, you monster?
Hey guys, welcome to Most Craved. I'm Jenna Bush with Legion of Leia.
I'm Silas Lesnick with ComingSoon.net.
And I'm William Bibiani with Crave Online. Hey, Oscars! We're talking Oscars!
It's nice.
Star Wars was actually nominated for a few of them, so that makes okay, right?
Sure,
Isn't that good?
that's good.
We're going to talk about some of the bigger Oscars.
We're going to start with animated series.
Feature.
Feature, yes.
Yes.
Why did I say series? It's not TV, Jenna. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the Best Animated Feature category is actually really interesting this year. It's filled with a lot of not blockbuster movies. Everyone expected like Peanuts and The Good Dinosaur to sneak on here sort of by default. But it's Anomalisa, wonderful stop-motion animated, very serious drama. Inside Out from Pixar. Shaun the Sheep movie.
Shaun the Sheep.
When Marnie Was There, the latest Studio Ghibli film, and Boy in the World, which is this year's film no one knows about. And it is gorgeous, and it's a really interesting movie, but it's not going to win. I think Inside Out is pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah.
Is it not?
I would think so. It would be interesting to see something else take it, but my guess is the voters saw more of that than anything else.
Yeah. What do you think should win?
I loved Anomalisa.
Yeah.
I actually, I enjoyed Inside Out, and I think Inside Out has a lot of value, but I was a little underwhelmed by it.
Me too. I lived inside a 12-year-old girl's head. I didn't need to see what happens. Like, I know.
I admire Inside Out. If Inside Out wins, I'm basically fine with it, but I'm still frustrated by how little that world makes sense if you really stop to think about it. Like, it really doesn't gel terribly well. My favorite film on that list is definitely Anomalisa. I think it's incredibly
absolutely.
powerful, interesting,
beautiful.
meaningful film. And it's also very much about being within one's own head and how we interpret the world through that lens. So it's an odd double feature. But the Oscars only know about like Pixar, and they only care about Pixar. So this is probably going to be another Pixar year. Let's talk about Best Supporting Actress.
Yes.
Best Supporting Actress. Who have we got? We got Alicia Vikander, Rooney Mara, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Kate Winslet, and
Would you like me to look it up?
and it's hard when you have to think of them all at once.
Well, for me, it's Alicia Vikander. I really, The Danish Girl was not my favorite movie, but she is just mind-blowing. And maybe it's because I'm also adding in her performance from Ex Machina, which was just insane. But I think she's incredibly talented, and I think she was absolutely the heart of that movie.
Well, it's tricky because she's actually the lead in that movie.
That's
the
that's
Danish
the
Girl
thing,
refers
yeah.
to her, not Eddie
Well-
Redmayne. Yet they specifically, when they use the phrase "the Danish Girl" in the movie, they're talking about her character. She's the title character.
I
So
feel
is
like
Rooney Mara.
I feel like she is the title character, and it is sort of interesting how you know what categories you submit for, because I do not find her to be supporting in any way in that film.
Rooney
Yeah.
Mara's not the title character, though.
Yeah.
For Carol?
Oh.
No, Carol's Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
She's Therese.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right, Therese.
Yes.
Therese.
Therese.
Yeah.
I really
My
like
apologies.
Carol. I
Oh,
would be
God,
happy.
I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I'm so off my game.
It's okay. It's okay.
This is bad. Everyone's commenting.
Yeah. Deep breath.
Everyone's
Deep breath.
commenting down there.
But Rooney Mara was also amazing. I loved that movie. I thought that was beautiful. So I mean, there's no one in there that I necessarily wouldn't like to see win, though.
Rachel McAdams for Spotlight.
Yes.
That was the fifth one. Thank you.
And that category all around
Yeah.
is a bunch of really great performances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of really talented people. I would be pretty happy with anyone.
Just about. I think it's Alicia Vikander's year, but then
think
again,
so.
everyone likes Rooney Mara and Carol, and it's not
True.
going to win a lot of other awards. So I think that could go either way, but my money's on Alicia Vikander. I think she should win because she's fantastic in
Yeah.
that. Otherwise, kind of movie. Best Supporting Actor. Should I try?
Try it. Go for it. Go for it.
Okay, we got Sylvester Stallone, Mark Rylance, Mark Ruffalo, Tom Hardy, and Guy.
There's always going to be one. I think Tom Hardy.
Christian Bale.
All right. I think Tom Hardy might take it, though. I actually thought Mark Ruffalo was phenomenal in Spotlight.
This is another really fantastic
Yeah.
category. There's a lot of people who got snubbed in this category too, but just think about, Sylvester Stallone gives a really heartbreaking performance. Mark Rylance is the only reason we're still talking about Bridge of Spies.
He's
He's so good in that movie.
He's so
amazing.
good at that movie and has me crazy excited for the BFG.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg's follow-up to Bridge of Spies, starring him as the BFG, that is going to be interesting.
Did you guys see Wolf Hall that he was in?
No, I didn't.
No.
Oh my God, he's so good. He's so good.
That's awesome.
Wow, good.
It's awesome. I think everyone's talking about how it's everyone wants to like give Sylvester Stallone like an honorary award. The thing is that he hasn't actually had the best career. Like he's had really good stuff, but I think a lot of people are just like, did the Stop or My Mom Will Shoot guy really need this sort of honorary Oscar? In which case they might, I think, give it to Tom Hardy or even Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
But my money is on Sylvester Stallone. If I had to put money on it,
Really?
which I don't, I think he's fantastic, and I think people really like Creed. The people who like Creed
Well, yeah.
really like Creed
Yeah,
a lot,
but-
and they want to give it something.
I just don't think he. I mean, Tom Hardy. Look, I'm not a fan of The Revenant, but I really thought he was good.
I think one factor that might be an issue is Tom Hardy will probably be back. Sylvester Stallone will probably not.
As will Mark Ruffalo. I mean,
Right, yeah, that's
if
true.
he doesn't win this year, he will win within the next few years.
And Christian Bale already has one, so
And
it's
I would
between
say the
Mark
same for
Rylance and-
Mark Rylance. I
Yeah.
think he'll be back as well.
Yeah, definitely possible. Let's talk about Best Actress.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Okay, we got Kate Blanchett. We got Brie Larson. We got Saoirse Ronan. We...
You only got through 3 this time.
I know. No, I can do better than this. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. No. What did I do?
I think this may
Oh,
be.
Charlotte Rampling.
I think this may be Kate's to lose.
Really? Again? You think this is the one? Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why do you think she's...
I just think her performance was incredible. Now Brie Larson, same thing. Brie Larson could take it. Her performance was pretty mind blowing. So, but I don't know. I think just going by buzz. But I'll tell you the truth. I'm not great at predicting these things. So maybe I shouldn't say anything.
I'm a big Kate Blanchett fan,
Yeah.
and I loved Carol, so
Yeah.
I would be very happy if she won. Brie Larson, in some ways, I feel like I would rather Brie Larson gets it just because I think it will help guide her career a bit more. I
Right.
think Kate Blanchett is like, you can't get any cooler than Kate Blanchett already.
That is
like,
true.
You can't be more respected. Brie Larson could really use that bump.
That's true.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not an Oscar guy.
Yeah, no, I think this is almost definitely Brie Larson's year. If you look at the Academy Awards, they really like supporting an ingenue in the Best Actress category, like a lot. Like even if it doesn't always make sense. Like so, I think everyone loves her in The Room. I'm sorry, in just Room. I keep wanting to say The Room.
Everybody
It's totally
says The
different.
Room. Yeah.
But it's also, I think it's the only award it's likely to win. So I think it's also probably a safe bet. But if I were voting, I'd be voting for Saoirse Ronan all the way.
Oh, she was wonderful.
She's incredible in
Yeah.
Brooklyn. She gives this incredibly soulful, just her face. Her face is like, I've read books that were way less interesting than her face in that movie.
This is her second nomination after Atonement, and she's a very young actress. Like she's another one where if she doesn't win this year, she
Yeah,
probably
she'll
will
be back.
very soon.
Yeah. Oh, Jennifer Lawrence and Joy. There's a reason we forgot about it.
Yeah.
Because that movie's not very good.
No.
Okay, it's good. All right, and Best Actor. Oh, goddamn. Okay, fine. All right, fine.
Waiting.
Okay, no, okay, fine. All right, let's see what I can do. Okay, it's Michael Fassbender, Leonardo DiCaprio is going to win, and Matt Damon, and
You know, you could just read them.
I could. Look, it's Leonardo DiCaprio. He's going to win this one. Everyone's saying he's going to win this one. He doesn't have a lot of competition. Bryan Cranston was another one I forgot. And there's a reason I forgot it because Death Trumbo isn't a particularly good movie.
Yeah.
But Leonardo DiCaprio has been nominated a whole bunch of times. Everyone wants him to win one.
Do we though?
Yeah.
This isn't
He's
what
fine.
I would give him an Oscar. I would give him an Oscar for Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
I
yeah.
love Wolf of Wall Street.
I hate the movie, but I would have given him an Oscar for his performance.
You hate the Wolf of Wall
hate
Street?
it. I actually knew a lot of people involved
Uh-huh.
in the real story, so I can't watch it. It upsets me too much.
Is it just because they were jerks or?
I saw a lot of people's lives ruined
Well, yeah.
by that guy, so that I know personally. So I really I have a lot of trouble with that movie.
Well, I can respect that.
And I'm not really thrilled with the portrayal of women in that movie, but then that's my thing. But either way, I think his performance was great. Revenant, didn't love it. Didn't love it. I've said it before. I think that it's not so much acting when you have someone out in the freezing cold under those circumstances. That's more just like reaction.
Yeah.
So I can't say I'm.
Well, honestly, that's how I feel about. I mean, kudos to DiCaprio for being able to give a good performance, even though he was being tortured to death by Alejandro González Iñárritu, which brings us to Best Director. And I know that Iñárritu is considered the front runner, but I wonder if the Best Director is really someone who puts their crew through hell. Is that the best director we got?
It's not acting. It's
I
then
don't know
you're
if that's
just
the good directing. I think that's actually unnecessary directing.
I would have that face too if I were under those circumstances.
Yeah, but we got it's Iñárritu, it's Tom McCarthy for Spotlight,
Which I actually really loved.
Oh, it's fantastic movie. It's George Miller for Mad Max Fury Road, which I would love to win.
Oh my God.
How great would
That
that
would be so cool.
Wouldn't that be the best thing ever?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
and then others as well.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna look it up. I'm not gonna look it up. It's interesting because this category and the Best Picture category it's usually one clear front runner.
Yeah.
And this year there's not.
No.
This year there's a lot of really grassroots support for Mad Max Fury Road. People who are super passionate about it. But it's mostly between The Revenant and Spotlight and The Big Short, actually, which has got a huge contingency of people who really, really love it. Madam McKay is another nominee. And it really could go either way. This is a year that could very easily split director and picture just because everyone's enthusiasms are mixed. And they might want to give George Miller Best Director, but then The Revenant Best Picture, so on and so forth. I'm putting down on my ballot, on my podcast, we're doing a wager. I'm putting down Iñárritu for this just because he's the one that everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
And that matters. But I would be voting for George Miller all the way.
Oh, absolutely.
God.
Absolutely. It was
Yeah.
so good. So good. I want it to win Best Picture too. I don't think it will,
Yeah.
Mad Max, but I would love to see that.
Yeah,
Because
I'd be voting for it.
Because frankly, out of all of them, watching all of them, that one, I left happy. I was like, this is so good. Oh, it's so good. And sorry, I sound like a crazy person, but that is what I sound like after good movies. But some of the other, with The Revenant, I was sort of like, okay, that's a lot of shots of trees and snow.
Get on with it! It's kind of what I was
Pretty
yelling at
shots
for a
of-
while.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So much misery. And 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 The Martian I loved, and but I just Mad Max would be. It's not going to happen though.
No. So what do you think will win? If you had to
Probably
pick?
The Revenant.
I think it's going to be The Revenant as well. Silas, you've been quiet about director and picture.
They're all good movies. Like
Yeah, for once they are actually.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like the most you can get out of the Oscars is sort of like you have the nominations. If you haven't seen these movies, go see them. I don't care who wins.
Yeah.
I don't care who wins the Super Bowl as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly.
Those are the top two.
The
Yeah.
teams.
Oscars,
Yeah.
the Oscars are like turning movies into sports. And it's like,
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah.
People who want that sort of sports-like competition, but don't get it because they like art. This is like the one thing we got. So for me, I'm just like, yay! I can play with stats. There's stats now. This is awesome.
It's just
Emmanuel
smacks of effort.
Lubezki would be the first cinematographer to win 3 years in a row if he won for The Revenant. Does that affect his odds? I don't know, but it's fun to be able to say.
Will you be? I'm assuming you'll be watching.
I'll be
that
watching
on
the
Sunday.
Oscars. I love the Oscars. Even when they suck, I love the Oscars. They usually don't award the people I want to win. They usually don't award people who I think deserve to win. Whatever. They're fun. Pageantry.
I just
Yay.
can't watch the red carpet.
You know,
No.
it's terrible.
No.
It really is terrible. They always ask the women, like, who are you wearing?
Yeah, well, there is a
Yeah.
campaign called Ask Her More, and
I
maybe
was-
ask her about her work and not how she balances children and career. Like,
I wrote a lot about that last year, and
Yeah.
I'm totally with you on that. It is stupid,
Yeah.
the questions that we ask them. But it's also stupid, the questions that we ask everyone on a red carpet. Everyone gets asked incredibly banal, stupid questions constantly. And I realize that not everyone's looking for, inside the actor's studio depth at any of these things necessarily, but we can do better than, who are you hoping to meet, Kevin Hart? And Kevin Hart's just like, I'm famous. I know all these people. What do you want from me? Like, I saw that last year, and I was just like, poor Kevin Hart. You poor dude. Like, God, you got all the way to the Oscars red carpet, and you get asked the dumb, stupid questions.
wow.
Most craved. Everybody, watch the Oscars. Tweet us. Let us know who you want to win thingy, who should win thingy, will win thingy, who got snubbed for thingy. And we have a Twitter thing here. And
We'll see you next week.